The Bunker Project, podcast episode number 35.
Take 2.
Once again. And welcome back to another episode of The Bunker Project. We are live to hard drive once again, and we're back at the bunker.
Our home, away from home. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not so sure about the new puce. What is that?
Actually, I prefer
it's like
the red.
Warm green, olive. I don't know.
Kind of a tanny brown, olive
I don't know.
color, yeah.
Okay, hang on a second. Yeah.
Isn't it a different name now, too?
Yeah, they're thinking of changing the name.
It's called The Den?
No.
Yeah, didn't you see the thing on when you walked in? It says The Den. So we got to call
What
this...
do they do with the bunker? I want those letters.
Well...
That would be sweet.
They're still there.
Yeah, we could put them in this room
The
and call
outside
this
sign's
the
still
bunker room at the den.
It says The
No,
Den.
the den.
It says The Den Project.
Oh, well.
No, we're still the Bunker Project. We're a separate brand from the bar.
Yeah, now,
And,
obviously,
yeah.
since the bar has dumped the most beautiful name in the world. Well, it's weird because they have all these bands come here, and this place is rocking on Friday, Saturday nights, and it's called The Bunker.
And the cool thing about being called the Bunker is the name was actually created, because it never used to be called the Bunker. It was created by the regulars, because they all called it the Bunker, because it kind of is like a bunker in here.
It is. Well, before they painted it this strange color. I guess we turned off the lights and had some candles and shackles and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways. So, hey, I guess, we're actually recording. Excellent.
We're actually recording
Yeah.
now, and
So I guess I should jump into my show notes here. Hey, a big shout out to Craig Griffiths, by the way, because I was supposed to do the last 2 shows, and like being of frail health, I was unable to remember that concept. So, hi there, and yeah, he's still cool.
yeah.
He's still cool.
He's got his own
emailing us.
podcast.
This is our favorite fan from Australia, and he's famous for mailing us 2 bottles of Tooheys Black.
Mm-hmm.
And they rebranded that, by the way, to Black. So
Or to old.
is it old?
Yeah.
No. It was old.
It used to be
Old
called
Black.
Two He's Old, and now it's just old.
Black. No, I thought it was a Black.
Oh, really?
Who knows?
What is
Well, he
old?
sent us a
And then,
picture.
He sent a YouTube video about Two He's New.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. It was a couple of weeks ago. Who knows?
Anyways, it's on our Facebook.
That's so ill-informed and nasally.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hey, I was on another podcast today, and we discussed the word meh, which apparently we looked it up, and apparently you're supposed to say that after you say something ill-informed or stupid, but I'm supposed to say it, not the other person.
Meh.
So yeah, meh, blah 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 blah, meh. So I
So we
may
can
be
rebrand
using
as
that.
the Meh
I
Project.
know it is being used when you're uninterested in something.
Yeah,
Like, make a comment, Bob.
you know that Tristan, he's quite the fellow.
Meh.
Yeah, got you there.
You got me.
Damn,
It reminds
man,
me
that
of
Bob.
the,
He's too quick.
Of the nights that say "nee."
Yeah, it's the night to say meh. So yeah, you
We
could
need a
be
holy hand
actually
to-
that would.
Nee. It's knee, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's got a couple of coconuts? We could do that whole skit. Hey, do you want to jump straight into a creep factor story or warm up to it?
Let's jump right into
Jump
it.
into the creep. Color.com. Now, basically, what do they say here? Find someone, party, play, date, or lunch. Simultaneously use multiple iPhones or Androids to capture photos, videos, and conversations into a group album that there's no attachments, unloading, blah, blah. It sounds fantastic. Well, basically what this does is it turns the mic on your phone and records the sound that's going on around you to figure out the direction that the made sounds come. So if you're at a concert and you're holding up and pointing your phone at like ABBA, because I know everybody here is a big ABBA fan, and the phone will... The software basically says, oh, okay, we're getting most of the volume from this direction, so that's where the topic is, and there's 300 people pointing at the stage. It will collect all that data and put it into a stream. So people can collect it, and you can follow it and say, oh, look at somebody's up like 3 rows. We can see what's going on. So it sounds like that's what the company's promotional pitch is. But I thought it was kind of weird that they're turning on the mic and recording sound that's up and around you, and they don't really mention that.
So it's like an audio GPS system?
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of weird. So this was in This Week in Tech, and they got into this major discussion, like how many apps are out there that turn on the mic in your phone when you're using the app without you knowing it. And apparently there's a couple out there. There's one that sounds really, really cool. What is that? Into Now mobile app. Into Now. Yeah, okay. Into Now, basically, it's for the iPad, and what it does is they design it for this particular app for Grey's Anatomy, and while you're watching Grey's Anatomy, it'll listen to the show, and based on the conversation going on in the show, it can tell what episode it is and load up information for you. I thought that was really, really cool use
So
of
it's like Shazam.
Well, it is.
It's like Shazam, but for television shows? I don't know.
It's kind of neat. So the whole thing, but what about privacy and what happens if you're talking or maybe you're having sex on the couch while watching Grey's Anatomy, which is, it's a big thing.
Turn off the app.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, honey, hang on, I'm getting hot. I got to turn off the apps. They might be recording us.
That's user-generated content.
I kind of wonder that when I'm using my Xbox Connect and I'm sitting in my underwear, though.
Yeah, I've seen those videos.
No, but
Man.
I mean, you've got your Xbox on, right? And you've got the camera.
Yeah, and the motion sensor camera.
Yeah, motion sensor
Yeah.
camera. So
Yeah.
what is Microsoft doing with all that additional data?
Oh, God, you don't know. You just do not want to know, man.
That's a digression, though. Take a drink.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, but the digression game here is every time you digress, everybody can have a drink. Thank goodness.
Well, they could be recording everything. For future reality-based TV shows that are going to come out after we're all dead.
Yeah.
So we can't sue them.
Yeah. Well, maybe just upload it onto Facebook,
cool.
and then everybody owns
60
it. Right?
years, they'll release all these cool reality shows.
That would
Look
be
at
pretty
this
funny.
idiot.
What's that guy doing? Is he playing a game or
Try to figure out what he's doing.
Yeah. What's he doing with his thumbs? Is it? Oh wow. Well, apparently, with the Grey's Anatomy thing, it doesn't record an audible sound. There's a company that's been recording 148 channels for the last 5 years, and what they're doing is every TV that's out there has a very, very high frequency or very low frequency. I don't know which one it is, but the human ear can't pick it up. But the mic on your phone or device can pick it up, and that's what it's listening to. It's actually listening to some sort of sci-fi thing that's coming out of your TV. It's kind of weird, man. So that was the creep factor. I mean, it's like there's a lot of weird technology going on that I hadn't heard about this, man.
I still think that the license plate thing is the
creepiest
one so far.
Have you guys got the iPhone app that can record your heartbeat?
Oh, really? Is that for runners or something?
It's for whoever. If you're doing a workout, you just hold your finger over the camera lens and wait, and it reads your heartbeat.
Wow. I wonder how that works.
I wonder if it would read a baby's heartbeat, like in the
Through
womb.
the belly. Could
Yeah.
it may
Very
do.
interesting.
Yeah, we need the ultrasound.
I'm sure it would be
iUltra.
I'm going to get that one. What's it called?
I'll get it for you.
All right. We'll tell you what, folks. We'll put that in the show notes. And then another one called Shopkick, which is really cool or creepy, depends how you look at it. If you go into certain stores, there is a... Sorry, that was an iPhone being passed in front of the mic. Special effects there.
It's dead. It doesn't have a heartbeat.
Yeah, exactly. And my mic's got a heartbeat. Anyways.
Instant heart rate, it's called.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Test it out. Is it paid? Dun, dun.
No, I can't remember if it was paid or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you got?
If it was,
60
it was
over
quite
40?
cheap.
80 over 20?
It's
10 over 5?
measuring my heartbeat right now.
Does it do it in Celsius
You
or
have
Fahrenheit?
to put your finger over the lens of the camera behind in order to read.
My
Oh,
God.
that he's
All
dead.
right. I got to put it here.
Yeah. According to me, I'm dead.
Now, of course, every picture I've taken after I took my heartbeat has wavy lines and smudged lens on it.
Yeah, I say, yeah, there is a trade-off for certain knowledge.
68 beats per minute.
Isn't that incredible, though?
That's pretty cool. Let me see.
Let's see what your resting heart rate
hang on.
is after
I
a
think I
couple
turned
black
up there.
beers.
30, you're at 36, it says here. Okay, so why don't they have the eye breathalyzer now? That
I
would
was
be
thinking
something
it.
useful.
I've heard of it. I've heard that
Hey.
it may actually be out.
How would you do that? Breathe on the lens?
Yeah, so breathe on the mic.
Yeah, see, I'm 79.
Oh yeah, you got a little.
I
Just
burn
here's
off
for
the
drunken
fat.
slurs.
Drunken slurs.
Yeah, we can pass back the iPhone. There.
We don't get to keep it?
Well, there's an
Damn.
app that'll block you from doing drunken texts and drunken voicemails and stuff like that, right?
You got to cut your finger open and bleed all over the screen and smear it around.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my phone. I cut my finger and I bled all over and it doesn't work now.
I really, I just crossed my mind that they could probably do one of those pregnancy tests, but I don't know how you'd actually apply it.
Well, you just pee on the phone.
Well, you said it.
Okay, digression. We need another drink.
Yeah, I love that one. Okay, Shopkick. Basically, you go into the store. It has these low-frequency sounds that the phone picks up, and then it analyzes your data and your Facebook information, stuff like that. And then they offer you some deals, coupons and stuff like that. Kind of weird. So, grokking. Grokking. So, definition, giving software permission to do things by clicking an agree button. And that's like every piece of software. And nobody reads that stuff. I mean, it's like 642 pages of legal text. Oh, yeah, sure, I agree. I mean, Facebook, the most famous for it, they own everything. It's like, oh, yeah, all my content, all my pictures, everything, 100% is owned by Facebook. So, yeah, they actually have a tournament, grokking. It sounds much more, it sounds like something you do with Dungeons & Dragons. Isn't it a wealthy today? Grok the man, and there's blood everywhere. I think we're going to call this the blood show, man. It's like blood and gore.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's the back of the bunker.
Well, we got two Black Ops players here.
Oh, yeah, speaking of three Black Ops, that's why they dress like that, eh?
And they're all sitting together.
Exactly. It's got me a little
We're
nervous.
A clan. We're a
Arr.
clan. Look for us online.
Did you grok that clan together?
Actually, when you play Black Ops, you don't have to sign any waivers or anything like that.
You just got to kill people.
Yeah, just for Xbox Live, you have to sign up for the terms of agreement. I think that you guys are Xbox players, right? Yeah. Oh, see, there we go.
Yeah.
PS3 sucks.
Only real men Xbox.
In Black Ops, it's not grokking, it's glocking.
Yeah.
Well done. I'll take that. Hey.
Ballistic knifing.
Oh. Okay, you guys, you're so on the money today.
With prejudice.
Yeah.
Extreme prejudice.
Yeah, if anybody
Do
has
that black beer with extreme prejudice. Do you guys have black beer options in the game? I mean, you know.
The only place I know that you can actually do drinking is in like Red Dead Redemption or
Max
Grand Theft
Payne?
Auto, Max Payne.
Max Payne, and you did it. You got really whapped out, and
Conquer's Bad Fur Day.
Conquer's Bad Fur Day had some drinking, but that was at the start of the game. He never actually drank anymore after he got past that part. But.
well, did you get into the drinking at all? I mean, the buzz was not very long. It was more hallucinogenic drinking, anyways. You do a shot and everything
the
goes
screen blurs
crazy,
and stuff like
and
that.
then you're sober again. I mean, where's that product on the market?
There was an awesome.
I'm going for lunch. Oh, fine.
There was an awesome article on Kotaku that had a girl, and she decided to try out, video game drinking versus real life drinking, and she did 5 shots in half an hour versus the time the character would be drunk, and then she did it in his game time and did I think 15 shots in 5 minutes.
Nice.
So, or maybe it was less than that,
But still.
but it was pretty hilarious. I think I tweeted
Is there a
it out.
video of that?
Yeah, there's
Is it
video. She
YouTube?
did- yeah, it's a
Oh,
YouTube
awesome.
video.
That's definitely going on the show
I'll
notes.
have
That's
to find
sick.
it again. But yeah, it was pretty funny that she did that.
You know what? I think we should do that. I mean, not
do you
right
wanna try-
now,
Well,
but maybe. Yeah, what the hell? Let's do it now. And shots all around there.
so this is a disclaimer: never ever do the Century Club.
Oh, we got the.
We got a
David.
conspiracy maven is here. Dun dun dun.
Actually, he was the one.
he was
in between-
kidnapped earlier. That's why he's late.
at the end
So
of
it was
last.
the CIA.
At the end of the last meetup, he was talking about that color. The color
Oh, really?
thing. Yeah.
We were talking about. We just finished the conspiracy section of the show. Just kidding. It was called color.com, and it's all about the phone that does that. I was hearing about it, and This Week in Tech. Very creepy.
What about the other one called Creep?
Well, I mean, with a name like Creep, it doesn't count for creepy, does it?
What it actually does is it uses your photos and it uses the metadata from your GPS in order to find your location. So, and it was created by a guy in Australia.
Isn't that the guy that got busted for breaking and entering? Just kidding. That was a digression because I need a drink. Now, there was a website did go up called Rob Me. And it was just about
That's right. Facebook places and stuff like that.
Yeah, you go there, and it just basically said, look, if you put this data in, people are going to rob you. So I've just made a database for thieves to save them time. I said, whoa, that's heavy. So, but you're already doing it, so what's the biggie?
You're charging for that?
No, it was a freebie. Maybe you got a percentage of the take. I don't know.
That would have been a better monetizing strategy.
Exactly. Well, it could be the freemium model. The freemium model.
Walled garden. It's like pay $15. I'll give you 20 people's houses.
You have to pay in art garden gnomes.
Garden gnomes.
That's even if the people are home, you can still score a gnome.
You just started a trend called gnome jacking.
No, nice. And that there is that app, iGnome. Oh no. Is that it's meh.
Gnomejacking.com?
Gnomejacking.com. Now that's sweet.
Well, this is going to come out in 2 weeks, so I guess we can get that website.
Oh, yeah. It's like, let's get it right now, man.
It will be X-rated, of course, though.
What's
all right, I'm not going to touch that.
Know your gnomes.
That's what she said.
So what's showyou.com?
Okay, show you Facebook, Twitter, info gives you a movie. Oh, yeah, this is really cool. Show you now. This isn't even out yet because I Googled it and some other weird thing about some stuff you put on food. And anyway, so it basically takes you your Facebook and your Twitter info and gives you a movie based on that information. So, it basically looks at data mines and say, well, this person's into kickboxing and he's into this and that and he's a black belt in karate. So, the Munchkin movies would be great for him. So you get a list of stuff. You probably do that for games too. What games the guy's watching. The thing is, it's only as good as the data that you put on your Facebook account. And Twitter, there's a lot of weird stuff that's going back and forth on Twitter. So you might get some really twisted movies. But
it's kind of like Netflix, right? Like Netflix takes your likes and what you watch, and it recommends stuff based upon that.
Yeah.
That's one of the more annoying things, because when you're trying to search for just one movie that you might want to watch, you don't want to watch ones that they're referring. It's super difficult to try to find one.
Well,
kind of keeps you in your
comfort zone.
Yeah.
Unless a girlfriend comes over and you fire up Netflix and it
Why
shows
is
you
it
all the suggestions based on what you were watching when she wasn't there.
yeah, Sleepless in Seattle. I mean, just honey,
I was
going
to go the other way. I was going to say, how come it's recommending chick flicks all the time?
Well, actually, I go over to my girlfriend's house. She's the one that has a Netflix account, and I'm the one that screws with her recommendations. So it's actually kind of funny.
Nice. Black Ops again?
No, I don't.
Black Hawk Down?
I'm gonna have to ask.
That was a good one.
Yeah, Black Hawk Down. That's a good one, actually. Yeah. Good. Is there a game?
No.
No, I was going to say.
It should be.
That should be. Denzel Washington
Isn't
in
that,
that would be like friggin' sweet.
Well, basically, it's been games have been described of like Black Hawk Down or something.
Isn't that new movie Battle Los Angeles? Isn't it basically?
That's supposed to be pretty gnarly.
Isn't it like Black Hawk Down?
That's why I heard it
with aliens instead of.
That's what they said. It would say, yeah, basically it says it's the closest they've got to real combat situations where you say, okay, if we get invaded, we're in big trouble. I mean, you look at all the other times, War of the Worlds, they get a cold and die.
I think we're much more, you just give the 13-year-olds all the guns, and trust me, they'll just go to town on those aliens. Like, there's
as long as the guns are square
and
and they can run them with their thumbs, I think we'd be okay.
Actually, there's
remotes.
There's an awesome YouTube video where it's like they take a 13-year-old out to fire a gigantic, massive gun,
180 millimeters.
Yeah, like a BFG basically, and he's crying as he's doing this.
It's so noisy.
It's just kind of funny.
I can't see my points rack up. What's going on? Well, you'd have to have
you
heads
seen
up
Grandma shoot the gun out of the wheelchair?
No way.
I don't remember where I saw that. If it was Tosh.0 or
Sounds like
Well,
a
I did the
tosh.
one
But
where
it's up there, and it's actually quite disturbing if you
Is
really
it?
think about it.
well, grandmas with guns. That is kind of scary. But they were
My grandma actually still does do that. She's ex-army, and
Black Ops.
she's but
Yeah.
she's about 90. And if I go up to Edmonton to visit her with my son, she takes him. They disappear in West Edmonton Mall. I find them at the shooting range. She's teaching him how to fire a machine gun
Whoa.
because she's convinced that he needs to know.
Yeah. But first, he's got to strip it down blindfolded. Come on, Johnny. You're down to 30 seconds. And then you can shoot the targets. And then we're going to go to Starbucks for coffee.
I didn't know there was a
Does
shooting
she wear
range
army boots, by the
at
way?
West Edmonton
They
Mall.
got
And
everything
I just
there.
couldn't.
Yeah.
It's the biggest mall in the universe.
It's
No,
the
it's-
Vegas of Canada.
No,
Right?
It's a yeah.
It's the second.
About as useful too.
It used to be the second largest mall in the world, next to Austin, I think it was, or somewhere in Texas. Minneapolis. Yeah.
Doesn't it have like half of Canada's submarine fleet?
Actually, you're right. It does in the water park. It actually has 4 submarines,
They're actually out of service.
Yeah, well, it's because they're Canadian subs.
and they use the helicopters.
They were $4 billion each, by the way.
$4 billion.
Yeah, but they forgot to put the wiring in. So, hey, anyways, I'm down by like 4 digressions here, so I'm just gonna chug the rest of this beer. This is gonna be the digression show.
That's what you said
Why
like
not?
4 shows ago. Though.
Yeah.
It's called the digression show.
Meh. So yeah,
You got to throw the shrug in there though when you do it.
It's
That's
like,
really
yeah, meh. So that's it. I can hit my mic when I say meh.
That is a Jewish term, from what I know. My mom's Jewish, and
Man, you got a lot of chutzpah
My
for saying stuff like that, you
ex-girlfriends-
mensch.
I heard that a lot. I don't know if that was bad or not, but I heard meh a lot.
I've never heard Eric say meh. Meh.
I know that like "neh," it means like no in German.
Oh, wait a minute. Every time we talk about WordPress,
Now that's got to be the ultimate digression. Oh, we're doing. Never mind. I'm not even going there. Hey, April Fools! This is April, and what, a week before this show comes up. So we're close enough to talk about April Fools. Did anybody follow the April Fools gags that went over all over the internet?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what was your favorite April Fools?
Hootsuite.
No, that was horrible.
I thought it was funny.
There was like 4 companies that came out with an Angry Birds ripoff.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's just
Well, that's
weak.
the only one I got.
Okay, well there was the Angry Birds one. Then there was Angry Nerds. Which
Oh, that's
was-
kinda cool.
Yeah, but they're both.
Then was
weren't
Black
actually-
Hawks Down. Oh,
They
sorry.
weren't actually playable though. I would have liked to see them put like more money and actually make them playable. But I
Yeah.
guess they might get sued. I would assume, maybe, who knows? But I thought WestJet did the best job
Oh, with the helium.
with the helium.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I researched a little bit, and the weirdest thing was last year they had the Tauntaun sleeping bag, as in, you know, Luke Skywalker, he's about to die, and they cut open the Tauntaun, and there's the guts, and he shoves them in, and that's why he survives. There's a sleeping bag for kids, and that's what it is. It's in the inside of the sleeping bag. It's Tauntaun guts. I mean, not real guts, guys, but that's the pattern. So here, honey. Get in your Tauntaun guts dead animal sleeping bag. I mean, whoa. But that started out as a joke, and somebody said, you know, that's such a cool product. Let's bring it to market, and they sell the suckers. So this website, and we'll put it on the show notes, has a whole list of products that started out as gags on the internet, were so well done that people put them to market and actually sell them.
Like Tuscan whole milk
Yep.
or a 3 Wolf Moon T-shirt.
Oh, that went big. Okay.
Remember years ago, ThinkGeek did an 8-bit tie. It was all blocky like an 8-bit video game,
Oh, that's cool.
and there was enough demand for it that they actually started producing it. So
Well, there you go. So today, with the ability to communicate to hundreds of millions of people relatively cost effectively, you do a joke and you can actually make money at it. Wow. The world has gone consumer crazy.
Or you can start an internet campaign to make the government change their tune.
Okay, here we go to the political section of the Bunker Project, where we're going to be fighting for net neutrality. Vote for the internet. It's a big new thing that's come out. I've been all over this for like ever. And
Well, if you go back, how many episodes would it be? The Bunker Project special.
I got
report?
totally frothed out, didn't I?
With, yeah. But
I was
you
spitting it. I
you
had to
also
clean my mic.
interviewed,
There was so spittle on
You
it.
also interviewed, what's his name?
Oh yeah, that was
From
the
the,
president of the Canadian Association of blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
And
that guy.
I'm sure he doesn't follow the show, so whatever. He might not. But anyways,
Copeman is his name.
yeah. Tom Copeland.
Yeah.
And Copeland. Isn't that a movie stars? Copeland.
Douglas Copeland.
Thank
is
you.
The writer.
All right. So, anyways, the problem in Canada, we're fighting net neutrality right now, and basically the
Well,
large organizations try to
Not net neutrality.
like
usage-based
overbilling,
Usage-based billing.
but it goes under the category of.
It's like
net
the opposite.
neutrality
It's the opposite
messing with us.
of instead of charging or throttling bandwidth to people who aren't, or websites that aren't paying for the bandwidth, you're charging the user a usage-based
For bits, which is ridiculous.
for usage.
Well, they want to do it because you're using your mobile phone, right? So if you're gonna go use your own home network when you get home to download all your stuff, it's going to be free rather than using the.
Well, that's what they're pissed off about. The thing that irks me is, and I watched this amazing video, and yes, we will put it in the show notes, where it explains it and explain very.
Yeah, you put it on your Facebook
Succinct.
page. It's actually very good.
Yeah, and basically what it says is, here's these large organizations saying, hey, it's not fair, we don't have enough bandwidth, and people are being hogs, and by the way, we're ramping up to use a ton of bandwidth to do this, and we're going to charge you money for it. So come on, guys. You're on one hand, you're saying like we don't have enough bandwidth, so that's why we're penalizing you and throttling everybody down and charging this extra bucks if you use too much, if you download too much stuff. And on the other hand, they're saying, oh, by the way, why don't you download a bunch of movies, and we're going to charge you extra money for that. It's like, it sucks. We pay so much money for our internet. It's sick. And that's all I got to say.
And I don't mind paying money for internet, reasonable amount of money for internet. But the thing is with that video.
Well, what's reasonable to you? $37 a month?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
For high speed internet, that's good.
People are paying like $100 a month, $80 a month.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
But for that, you want to have high speed and you want it to be basically unlimited.
Well, if you're in South Korea, for something like $30 a month, you get the bandwidth of Canada. Mm-hmm. I mean, you get. It's like, oh, I'm just going to upload this 7 gigabyte file. Bing! Oh, it's done. Oh my God, it's slow today. It only took 7 seconds. I mean, in Canada, it was like 4.5 weeks.
Well, what was interesting in that video is that they're talking about companies pay more for speed because they in order to provide the speed, they actually have to use more equipment to provide the speed. But for data going through, at a fixed speed, there's no additional cost or very little additional cost to the internet service providers, but they're just.
It is a bit of a quagmire for sure, and for them to pull out, for the CRTC to lay down and throw this ruling out, if it ever gets loved by, we're gonna be in trouble. We have companies that daily can exceed the cap.
Well, the cap is like 20 gigabytes. Right?
I have a friend. They do over a terabyte a day.
Whoa.
I mean, sure, that's the high-end user, but that's who should be targeted, not us.
What's he doing with a terabyte?
They've got offices around the world, and they design those super yachts.
Oh yeah, so it's
high-level super.
So they're putting super
big-time graphics.
Yeah,
but they have. That's how they do their business, right?
Yeah.
But
but that business model was already set, so that they developed their business around it. And if you go rejig it now,
but even let's take it a step further. Let's say we talked about this before. A perfect example is a photographer who goes to a wedding and takes a bunch of high-quality pictures and then uploads them all. And that's how they run their business. They'll be over 20 gigabytes just for taking several hundred high-quality pictures.
What happened to ubiquitous internet? Weren't we going to get all the centers lit up? I heard it, and there's some...
Hey, that's politicians talking. It's the same guys that come and say, we're going to stop poverty. And, oh, yeah, there's no recession in a couple of weeks. Don't be worrying about it. You vote for me, it'll be all taken care of. Come on.
Well, there's this infographic on the internet somewhere that basically breaks it down. They say you can go to a store, you can buy a solid-state hard drive, load all the information onto it, send it across Canada, and all that would still be cheaper than what they plan to propose to charge you per gigabyte on this system.
Yeah. Sad but true.
Well, so go over
That's
to
$1,000
OpenMedia.
drive.
Go over to openmedia.ca, and check it out because they're showing which political parties are supporting this movement here.
Yeah,
to
and which
block-
political parties are just faking it because there's a bunch of
Well-
people up there saying blah blah blah, and really there's
Well, yeah.
no substance
Well,
to it.
the Liberal Party came out with their economic plan, and one of it was a digital economy platform, and they did say that they wanted to guarantee high-speed internet to every Canadian to have access to high-speed internet, but also they said to re-look at the usage-based billing issue. They didn't say kill it. They said re-look at it. So they're being very vague.
Yeah, well,
And
they're politicians. That's their specialty.
Conservatives, they're not. They haven't actually come out and said anything other than they told the CRTC to kill that.
Well, they don't have to say anything that means much anyway. In 4 years, it's going to change anyway.
Yeah, but they did say the Conservatives did tell the CRTC to get rid of this, or we're gonna get rid of it. But they knew they were going into an election
Due to popular opinion on that one, no doubt.
due to the 500,000 people that signed the.
Yeah, that could lose you the election in Canada. That's how small this country is.
Well, they need the 18 to 35 demographic.
Yeah, well, I want to. Oh my goodness, I need a black bear. She is great. I love the bunker.
You love Ashley.
Well, yeah, I love Ashley.
The bunker is great because
Yeah,
they actually.
she knows when I want it.
Black lager, they drinking. It's they describe it as robust, maybe chocolate, a little espresso, cold.
It's kick-ass. That's a technical term in the beer industry, by the way.
Oh, it's a great beer.
Beermeister. So what's the beer looking like? It's kick-ass today. Oh, excellent. So,
So go over to openmedia.ca, check it out, and
yeah, now they got a Facebook account.
yes, they do.
What's their address? Openmedia dot
Yeah,
Facebook. Thank you.
Open
Open
Media.
Media.
so check it out, and
What's their mailing address so I don't have to use up any valuable bandwidth?
Hey, when they got a fax number, I can fax them. Yeah. Sorry, I'm from Canada. I can't afford to email them.
oh, and by the way, if you want to send a letter to your member of parliament or all the members of parliament,
Oh, they got it there.
you don't even have to put a stamp on the envelope. Any citizen
Oh, that's right. You can send
can
anything.
send them whatever you want.
Now, is it a letter or can it be a
for
box?
free. That's a good question.
You know, I would like to start sending my letters, my members
a
of parliament,
ticking-
huge boxes of bricks.
A ticking box.
Sorry, dude,
no,
it's
he
some
didn't-
bricks. I hear you guys were
No, I don't think Bob wants to
upgrading
send
the
a
parliament
ticking
buildings.
box. No, Bob wants to send a brick in just with like a thing on top of it, like etched in.
Hey, I just thought of something. You know, if we lived in Ottawa,
Yeah.
then we wouldn't have to go to Blaine anymore. We could just say, hey, you know,
What are you conspiring about?
well, instead of ordering all our stuff, and we'd get free shipping to Canada.
Oh yeah, you know
We just have
what?
to know an MP and say, hey, do you mind if I use your name?
But but provincial guys, don't they get? It's the same thing for provincial government too, right? Okay, so
believe
anybody
so,
out,
yeah.
out there knows a prime minister or like some political dude. If we can get him on our side, we can use him to ship stuff from eBay for free. That'd be awesome.
We have to wait a month to find out who those guys are.
Yeah, true. They might be out on their asses, which I think is a political term too.
Well, that's even a more opportunity because we can get them on the way in and help promote them in their campaigns, and
Do you
that
want?
can be one of the promises that we get under the table.
Can we talk about Twitter in the politics?
I
though?
was just about to bring up Twitter as a content. So yes, we can use that as a nice segue.
So what about that MP that had to change his Twitter handle because it says MP next to it, as opposed to Prime Minister Harper, who didn't have to change his because he's still technically a prime minister.
What? I mean, really?
Yeah. literally.
Hashtag MP or
No, it was actually his full name. I think
Bob
it's
MP.
Dave MP. Dave something.
Jesus.
Dave MP.
Hey, I like Bob MP. I wonder if that's available. Register that.
Because he's no longer a
MP?
member of. He's not an MP anymore for the thing. But before he'd already branded himself as that. So he was
some
kind-
branding advice.
Well,
So
then
if-
he shouldn't have done that.
that was something. I
or
guess he learned, yeah.
he should have just like, the hell with you guys, sue me.
I think it's Dave Dave something.
By the time they get around to suing him, maybe,
that was
5
a
or
couple
10
years
years.
ago, wasn't it?
What do you mean? That was just recently, actually. Just when,
Oh,
as
was
soon
it?
as the election was called, yeah, he had to switch over his name and stuff like that. He's one of the more outspoken members of parliament actually on Twitter too. So
Sounds like it's conspirating.
I don't actually follow him, but I heard about this and I was like, okay.
It's the CIA, man.
Well, he's a conservative, so maybe.
All right, so I've got to keeping on the Twitter thing. How big is Twitter? And this is very interesting because everybody talking about wow, Twitter has they have 179 million accounts, which is huge. Oh, our black beer has arrived. You can call it like the cappuccino of beers. Look at that head; it's beautiful. Wow, nice beer. Anyways. Oh, bonus. You gotta keep up with the... Sorry, my co-host Andrew is... Well, no, you're about the same. Was that number 3 or 4?
Number 3. Yeah, number 3.
I think that's number 4 for me.
I think actually
I'm starting number 4.
The beers are directly related to the rattling of my head with the earbuds in, listening to the podcast, rolling around town.
Oh, yeah.
The more the beers go in, the higher pitched the voices go.
Yeah.
The more the head cracks.
Well, you probably have a headache every second week.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the second show is always the loudest show.
Maybe we should
I
have a
look
little...
forward to my bunker headache.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it should be a disclaimer. When listening to the Bunker Show, please wear a helmet.
You need a vitamin B patch.
Oh, yeah, the bite.
Oh,
we
yeah,
got to
no.
bring back the bee patches.
Next time I go down to the States, I'm going to grab it.
You're going
because
to score a box of those
I can't find it up here anymore. Walmart doesn't carry it.
I've got some.
You started a trend, and they became overwhelmed
Everyone's-
by young
Man.
teenage people.
They work great, except the next morning if your girlfriend, ooh, man, falafel breath, and you smell like vitamins. Anyways,
Well, you do
hey,
smell
come on,
like
how many
vitamins.
people woken up with a falafel stuck to their head? Did you ever get see that scene? Never. It's like okay, never mind. I'll find that.
Well, I did have this Lebanese girlfriend for a while. She was.
So you woke up stuck to. Oh, never mind.
Kind of, yeah.
Is that tahini sauce?
Hey, what's this on like Donkey Kong?
Hey, hang on. You're skipping ahead. I want to talk about Twitter. Stay on topic, dude. We got to do 2 shows. We blazed through my notes, and we're gonna have to talk about social media and marketing on the next show because I have
we got more
obscure
notes.
weirdness. Hey, anyways, so this guy did a survey. 175 million accounts. How many are legitimate? Okay, 119 million have one follows one person, and 85 million have one follower. Okay,
56 million aren't real.
no, hang on. 17 million have more than 50 people on their list, and only 12 million have over 65 followers. So it's not 175 million; it's 12 million. Really, is the
James
active.
is celebrating because he's like,
What?
yes.
But
I'm in the
Facebook,
top 5 million.
Facebook has over 600 million people using it every week because you got to log in and use this stuff. So it's not like you have a Facebook dead account. It's very, very active. It kind of forces you to use it. So
I don't know. I have
a lot of people
friends that
migrating
don't
over
use it.
Facebook.
I don't have a lot of friends.
They
that
have
use
an
Facebook.
account?
Yeah.
And okay, Bonnie, you have something to say about that? No. All right. Bonnie she's gonna Twitter those. Oh, I can't use that B word. Can we use the B word? That's allowed, isn't it? We're allowed to use it
Bastards?
because it's the female dog.
No, bastards is probably okay, right?
Yeah, you bastards.
Beep.
That's a bunch
Bastards?
of you bastards.
I think it's
Hashtag
okay.
bastards.
We're just talking about the movie.
Which one?
Unglorious Bastards.
Inglorious Bastards.
Unglorious Bastards.
Unglorious
yeah.
Bastards. Wow, what a great movie.
So go back to your Twitter.
Well, okay, a little, Grey's Anatomy.
The
but,
baseball bat got me. I had to walk away off that one.
Really?
The guy teed off with the baseball bat.
Wow.
That was tough.
I like the artistry. I think that's the best one yet.
So what were you saying about Facebook, Bob?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Yeah. So Facebook, there's this really cool thing called Facebook, right? And you join it, and you put a picture on, and you can invite friends. It's really cool. Check it out, man. So yeah, 600 million people on Facebook plus. So a lot of people were migrating when they saw these stats. They were saying, well, maybe we should be doing business on Facebook as well. So yeah, it's time will tell. I would like somebody to analyze Facebook on the same level as they analyze the Twitter because they got 600 million. Come on, there's got to be 100 million of those that nobody really is using it, or maybe 100 million of those that are just spam engines or some jerk that's like pushing out and not actually building friendships or building a community.
Well, there was that one guy, he created 50 fake friends for himself that they talked about on Facebook.
That's pretty sad.
He couldn't get a lot of friends, so he decided to create his own virtual network of friends.
You could just buy friends. Bonnie, how much does it cost to buy a friend?
$5.
$5 for how much? For one friend? 1,500 friends for $5. Yeah,
Wow.
on the market.
Where?
Yeah.
Fiverr.com.
Fiverr. I would tell you. Well, we'll put that in the show notes so everybody can have 1,500 friends. The thing is, guys.
So it's Fiverr.com?
Fiverr.com. You
It
can
probably
buy
does, actually.
anything for $5.
Yep. Yeah,
Right. You
that
sent me
is
that
an
link.
awesome site. Thank you, Bonnie, for actually bringing some interesting content on the show. Jeez.
That is awesome.
We've been struggling
Hey,
here for how many minutes?
Speaking of
40 minutes of dreck. And finally, Bonnie brings it home, brings it live.
Speaking of Facebook, Twitter, and other social networks,
We were?
LinkedIn.
What about LinkedIn?
LinkedIn has launched interactive email. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I did. I'm all over that. But you cover it for me.
It's
I'm going to drink my beer.
it's actually email where if someone emails you, you'll see all their where they work, their resume, everything all the data from LinkedIn.
If
will
you pay
pull.
for LinkedIn. It's a pro account, right? It's not the free account.
No, it's free
No.
through Hotmail. You have to have Hotmail.
Oh, well, who has Hotmail?
Well, that's what I said.
I mean, jeez.
So
Like hotmail.com. Like
Microsoft and LinkedIn have partnered to
They've
launch
got into bed.
interactive email.
Wow.
What does that mean? Interactive email.
It means, let's say you send me an email.
And you can send it back with a comment. It's cool.
Your information from your
Is that like mail only as electronic?
Kinda, but
just like
slower.
that. Your information from your LinkedIn account will be available to me to see without me having to go on to LinkedIn.
Or getting your permission.
I'll see it right in my email
As opposed to just sending someone a link to your LinkedIn profile, or
Yeah, basically it just means that anybody that you interact with on email, you've got access to their.
So if you got
their data.
if you got a Hotmail account and then stream it to your Gmail account, which is really the only account you need, that would work, or would it not work? Because you're going
wouldn't
through
have
the
to stream. It just you sign in like you do your Facebook login for a lot of services. You do the same with LinkedIn. But this brings up an interesting conversation. One of the reasons why I'm here as a web developer, I'm very focused now on the social media aspects of what a site needs to provide.
Good point.
So now the conversation is Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, stumble upon. What do you need? What's relevant? I'm a business. My SEO partner, we've been working on getting the sweet spot for a site for the last 3 months to make it SEO conducive. But every client wants Facebook. Every client wants Twitter. But Facebook is not regarded yet, and correct me if I'm wrong, as really a business tool or a place to do business. Whereas Twitter definitely lands in the CEO's pocket. And then LinkedIn, again, more business.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about the usage, it depends on what genre, what are we doing with it. So in a business aspect, Twitter can actually be quite effective, even though it only has 12 million, so to speak. But Facebook is important not to be used, but to be recognized on the site to make sure that site is savvy.
Yeah, it's got it's like a cool button.
For branding.
Yeah, we're
Exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
And if
But we
it's
actually
not
make
there, it's
money out of it.
missing. It may
Yeah.
not get used, but if it's not there, it's missing.
Yeah, it's absolutely. It's kind of like doing business without an email.
Well, I was.
But we have a fax machine. Why do we need an email?
It's as funny as you bring in this interactive email. I'm starting to get the feeling like we're plateauing with the technology, and all these companies are just sort of reinventing the same tools. That's why I sort of make fun of it, because I just see, I don't really see what new thing has been created, or it's just the same.
It's not the
sort of-
cocktails?
It's just no, definitely not.
Okay.
It's it's the same service, it's the same type of technology. It's just been kind of rebundled and repackaged by someone else.
It kind of reminds
and
me
saying,
of
"Come over here and use us now instead." Because,
Well,
exactly.
You know,
it's
we've-
true. I am waiting for 3D Gmail.
Yes.
That
And-
is
and
going to
when
be
and when
awesome. You know, like
say-
a $1,400 glass.
When you
is
say
like,
Microsoft
ooh, the
is
fonts,
involved
they
in
look so
this,
awesome.
I go, oh well, here we go again.
Yeah, it
it's like
kinda-
it's like Bing powering the search within Facebook
Yeah.
because they're trying to make themselves relevant again.
Yep.
It kind of reminds me of gist.com, where you can subscribe to that service, and it brings all your information from your address book, like your Rolodex information, and combines it with your social information, so you can see your addresses, phone numbers, and everything. And then when you click on someone, you see all their latest tweets, all their latest Facebook, all their status updates, and their social information combined with their your regular address book information. But now LinkedIn and Microsoft with Hotmail have done the same thing. And apparently this is just the beginning, but it's funny in the comments of this post, everyone's saying, well, I'm not switching to Hotmail for that.
Yeah, well,
Well, what I've heard is
who wants a Hotmail account? I mean,
I have a
jeez.
Hotmail account, but
My
it's
grandmother
just
has a
my-
Hotmail account.
Kind of my junk account.
From what I read earlier today, though, the LinkedIn thing is actually going to be worldwide, as in the internet, so that you can have that on multiple sites. So instead of, it'll be like a business account more than anything. So if you go to a website and you sign in with your LinkedIn account, that's what it's associated with. For a personal, maybe a Facebook account. Going back to what Kurt was talking about, though, I actually watched a webinar this morning, and it said that 92% of social media marketers are actually considering Facebook the number one place to do business, with Twitter followed second and LinkedIn third. And what they want to know most about is actually Facebook, because it's easier to create a Facebook page. It's a one-stop shop, and
Especially now with HTML fan pages.
Yeah, you're going to talk about the fan page on that, right?
yeah, well, like fan pages are a great spot. You can control all your users. You can easily identifiable. Now you can work yourself as a fan page around Facebook, so it improves your identity as well. You're not going to have to go to as many places. You don't have to manage. Like, you can still use
And you
Twitter.
can bring it off Facebook as well with the open Facebook, open graph,
And
open ID. Yeah.
That's absolutely relevant, but in a business sense, you're trying to hit that business person, that CEO or the CTO or whomever, this executive, and they are using their smartphones and their Twitter feeds, and they're dealing with that on the way up the elevator. They're not checking Facebook. Now, they may be, but the trends that I'm seeing for requests of clients are exactly that.
Well, I think with Twitter, you're doing it just, people are using Twitter just like you said, in the elevator, in between, on their smartphones. And then when they get home, they log into their Facebook account after 5.
Yeah.
On the weekends, they're on their Facebook account. And that's why I was reading a white paper today about how businesses are getting it all wrong, and they're targeting their audience at all the wrong times. They're sending it out their Facebook status updates Monday to Friday during business hours, when the people aren't even on Facebook and aren't going to see it until after 5 or on Sunday, which is like prime time. So I think that's something to look at. And in this white paper, they were showing, like, restaurants should be here at this time. If you're in the automotive industry, you should be focusing at this time, and it's all different times for different, like, to optimize your exposure and your interaction with your potential clients. You need to be aware of when your audience and
It's like
is-
14 blocks, which is the Twitter feed that tells you when your followers are actually online, and it shows you the most 3 valuable blocks in that actual time span.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a software.
No, it's just a little thing you sign up for. You say, this is my Twitter account. It give it access to it, and then it'll show you 14 different spots on where you're going to get the most reactions. I mean,
Very cool.
we have another Twitter expert here who I think could probably speak better on this. So,
But he does have a nice cap. Nice Andy cap, so he gets points for that.
I've got the same one, but in black.
Oh, okay. Cool. My chair forward. Probably hitting the mic with my head. Okay. So I was just going to talk about Facebook and how the timing stuff works. 'Cause, well, my work, I do it for. There we go. I can hear myself now. So it's like an international sort of thing. So I post twice a day, working on getting it 3 times, but one of them has to be through Hootsuite because I'm not up at 2 a.m. And then when you do those Hootsuite ones, you can't tag through, right? So I do a 9 a.m. because that's 9 a.m. Pacific as well as noon on the East Coast. And it also targets 6 p.m. in England. And then I do 5 p.m. because that gets evening in most places and people just leaving work and that kind of thing. So that's where I stick it for those two anyway. And then ideally, if I was up and be able to tag it at 2 a.m., that would be great, but I'm not, so I don't. And yeah. But if I'm doing something for Europe, I do it in European time when people are going to be reading it. Like basically when they'd be getting into work in the time zone that I want to get, or when they'd be just leaving work, or when they're going into lunch.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's that when you're doing your tweets and your Facebook and stuff, you got to think global. This is what this guy's doing. He's thinking global. It's not like, oh, here I'm in Vancouver, blooping out at 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, no, there's like people in Toronto and New York. It's like 3 hours later, and then there's stuff happening in England. That's brilliant.
Yep, and if you're a local business like a restaurant in Vancouver, it's not going to matter what's going on in England in the time zone there. But if you're selling a product or a service that is sellable anywhere, then you're going to want to care. You want to care about that, right?
Yeah, but you look at Vancouver, and it's a very tourist destination type place. So
good point.
You could have people when you're building relationships with the people and say, "Hey, check out a restaurant," blah blah blah, and then they kind of connect with you. And if they ever came to Vancouver, you would be the only restaurant they'd know, and that's where they're going to hang out. And if you'd built up a relationship and oh yeah, I had some people from England come here the other day. They knew me from Facebook, and we gave them a special 30% off, and we cooked some stuff, and we showed them what to do. Man. Anybody that was exposed to that, and you're going to say, wow, we got to go there because these guys are connected and they're going to treat us right. And every other restaurant in Vancouver that's not doing that is not even in the game. So, I mean, that's what's happening with social media, developing relationships on that level.
If you can say, hey, send anybody listening, send us a beer from somewhere in the world, and someone does. I'll believe what you're saying after that actually happens.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Well, the thing is we said that there's a shout out, send us some beer. It took some emails back and forth to kind of get it into the country, and boom, it was delivered to my front door by Canada Post. That was like an amazing morning. And then, but what we did, instead of like opening it right away and consuming it, we just made some content out of it. We did an unboxing video, and then we did a taste test video, and then we did a eating pizza video. Oh, this is great, and goes with.
Yeah,
we milked those two bottles like
YouTube
crazy.
Video, black beer.
That was awesome, black beer. I mean,
God,
it was so smooth, guys. I mean, I would fly to Australia if I could afford it, just to drink that beer. You cannot get it here in Canada. Tooheys Black. And it's owned by a Japanese conglomerate.
Is it Sapporo?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, the same as the black, Brewmaster Black. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think Bonnie wanted to say something.
Bonnie.
So I want to talk about Twitter analytics.
Okay.
So if you just want to chat with your friends, that's cool. And go for it. When I talk about using Twitter, and when I coach my clients to use Twitter, we want to get the point across. We want to do something. We want to convert. We want to stay top of mind. So you should know who your ideal client is, where they reside, and then obviously take a look at the time zones and check out who's linking through, who's retweeting you, any other kind of interaction. And that means that they're paying some attention to you. Is that the right content for the kind of people that you're trying to reach? How many people do you need in order to build a community? And I say that's more than 5,000. I'm going to stand up and say that.
Well, when you say more than 5,000, I mean 5,000 people in a community that you're building, or
5,000 Twitter followers, I think, is minimum.
Yeah, well, the thing is like, if you have like a ton of Twitter followers and they know nothing about you, then there's not a lot of value. But
I don't know if I necessarily agree with 5,000 being the amount you need yourself personally. I think as long as you have a network of influencers that have a lot of followers, then I think your message is going to get out there. And as long as those people are paying attention to you, I think you can have just as good a chance as somebody that has like 10 or 20,000.
But it's not just the number; it's the
It's the influence
I
factor.
agree with everything
Yeah.
that Bonnie
It's the
said, though.
relationship
I agree
that you've
with
got.
I agree with that, but I don't know if there's a magic number or not.
Well, I think it's like a tipping point number. Like if you're building up a really solid community with your Twitter community, and you've got these relationships, you're back and forth, there's a lot of direct messaging, blah, 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 and you get to 300, then you get 800, and suddenly you hit like 5,000. Holy cow, that is a lot of management you're talking about. Like 300 or 400 solid relationships is hard to keep up with. So I think you kind of get to a point where with your Twitter relationships, you can't monitor 5,000 people or 10,000 or 20,000 people unless you have staff doing it. So then you're losing a little bit of authenticity. So it's a tough
But
combination.
Twitter, but you don't just use Twitter for one thing.
No. Yeah, okay.
Sometimes Twitter is list building,
pure
list building. And I know there's people that are going to fall off their chairs when I say that. And sometimes sometimes you need a big list. And if you use, and I mean like an email
No, if
kind
you're
of
in the
list.
business.
Oh, okay. But that's all I use Twitter for.
Yeah, but no, okay,
There's like
I get what you mean.
10 people I chat with.
Oh, okay. So, but okay, that's what I'm saying. It's like you have your core group of 10 or 20 or 50 or 60 or maybe 100 people that you have this intimate Twitter relationship with, which is really solid, and you Twitter about stuff or direct message about stuff you don't want other people to know, yada, yada, yada. And then with tweet ups, you go see them and you do the interpersonal thing, have some beers, blah, blah, blah. But then there's the business side, which is like, yeah, I need 20, 30, 40,000 people to know this because it has value.
Yeah.
So, it's just like the old days in advertising.
For business,
I want to do a direct mail campaign.
Yep.
Give me 50. I want to buy 50,000 people that I can blast this out into this demographic because that's where my product is. Uh-oh. Well, it looks like it's the end of the show. Andrew's just like, meow. Thank you for playing.
We've got 1 minute left.
All right, great. Well, let's fill that space with some blather. Meh, meh, meh. All right, so I just have to bring the whole show around to
It's
the end.
the meh show.
The meh, I don't know. I was like, a lot of stuff we'll have to study. Hey, how do you get a hold of the show?
Thanks to Wix.com for sponsoring the show, and check out our Facebook page.
We updated.
Bob just today actually set up a Wix.com based Facebook landing page. Well, if you have an iOS device, just click off that.
Oh, it's
page.
very cool because they've upgraded it, made it work really easy.
It's very cool. Call 1-877-636-1474 and we'll get you into the show, and we'll see you again next week.
Yeah, call us, God damn it. All right. So now we get a break. Woo.